Howdy! Today I have a crazy idea to cook the stew from my favorite movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You see is this in the first minutes of the movie when Lee Van Cleef and the second guy they eat the stew. It's of course a very cheap stew made by farmers and peasants, but now let's try to make it. So the way I'm planning to do this is have something yellow they had in the movie, which is the bell pepper. We would have this canned meat, and we would have flour and water and salt and pepper and see what happens. Okay? Okay. Now let's start with the bell pepper. Maybe big chunks, big chunks like in a movie. Okay. Just a little bit first to try. We will not be doing everything. Okay, and now we have bell pepper. Now we add water of this. Now we add flour. Because really all they had was basically flour, meat, and some vegetables. Okay, we have flour. Now let's open this can of meat. I think they had meat, I'm not sure. Maybe they even didn't. And add some meat. Like this. Maybe more water is needed. Not sure, maybe not. And now, of course, salt we will never forget to put, but first let's put a lot of pepper. A lot of pepper. More pepper. More pepper. More pepper. More pepper. More pepper. This. I'm sure they didn't have garlic or anything of that kind. I'm sure they only had these ingredients. Okay, salt, let's see. And let's put our oven on heating. The meat is supposed to be crushed, I think. Let's put it in the oven. The meat doesn't want to be crushed. Sturdy pieces of meat. let's take a little taste. Oh, yeah. You know, I smell the Wild West. And we will eat this with the same stuff they had in the movie, only a little bit different, with wooden spoons. With wooden spoons, and unfortunately I don't have a clay pottery except for the flowers, and I'm not eating from the flower pots, so we will eat just from some kind of plate with a wooden spoon like this. Okay, let's let it cook. Ah, look, now our stew is cooking and getting more and more brown. I added some water more. And the taste is amazing. I really feel like Lee Van Cleef. Maybe now let's put it to 2. Look, the bell peppers, the color is getting more and more brown. Okay, now I think this is enough of cooking. We don't need basically, purely peasant overcooked food. But now let's put it off the fire. Yeah, and the next thing, we will taste it. And now let's pretend we're Lee Van Cleef in the movie The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and taste this with a wooden spoon like this. It's hot. Hot stew. But tasty. Oh. Let's do that once again. Amazing, amazing. Really, this stew must be included into some Wild Western cantinas as the stew from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And it must be served with a wooden spoon and in a clay pottery. So let's get one of these yellow pieces that you see in the movie, the bell pepper. Let it cool. And in 1 minute, I'll try to be Lee Van Cleef again. And also the other guy that gets shot with his family. Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Something like that. Some more. Very tasty. Really, this farmer peasant food is really rich, really tasty, really nutritious, really, how do you say it, gorgeous, from the word gorge. Amazing. Thank you. I showed you some Lee Van Cleef stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly stew that always made me hungry every time I saw it. In my childhood, when I saw this stew, I always got hungry, especially in this, I had a kitchen like this, but in the clay surrounding of this adobe brick buildings that they show, it's absolutely wild western atmosphere. And if someone cooks it there in this adobe brick houses, it would be amazing. Thank you. Until our next adventures, partner. Goodbye.